Turn on pop radio these days and you can hear all manner of sexually explicit material. But put similar information in a science museum in Ottawa and watch out. Sex, a tell-all exhibition, has been in museums in Montreal and Regina. But now it's getting complaints, with some suggesting a science museum is no place to learn about sex. LAURIE Graham has this story for us tonight. LAURIE.
The sex education video appears to be causing some tension, concern that it goes too far. But, Peter, it seems it's only a few dozen adults, including the heritage minister, who are hot and bothered by the display. It's called Sex, a tell-all exhibition, and it does. It explains reproduction, showing specific body parts, illustrates sensual kissing, how to use condoms, and uses mannequins to highlight different erogenous zones.
We all have human bodies and we all go through the stuff. So again, I think it's presented in a very educational manner.
The exhibit was designed by doctors and sex experts from Montreal. It was shown in that city and Regina without controversy, but not Ottawa. Pro-family groups here say sex should not be on display in the nation's capital.
Is there a role for talking about sex education in society? Absolutely. We need to be educating our young people, but there's an appropriate way to do that and there's an inappropriate way.
That complaint went to the heritage minister, who denounced the exhibit, saying it was an insult to taxpayers and sex had no place in a national science museum.
This is perhaps a different type of sciences than cars and locomotives, but nevertheless science, because we're talking about biology, we're talking about physiology and psychology.
Order.
The sex talk made it to question period.
Mr. Speaker, it's not the 1950s. It's important we talk about sex with our kids.
It's not appropriate for young, underage children to be exposed to sexually explicit material without the consent of their parents.
13-year-old Beatrice Ng, who was at the museum with her class, says better to learn about sex here than on the internet or on the street.
Sometimes, young people at my age, they're interested in sexuality, but they don't know how it happens or what you're supposed to do. So I think that it's a really nice thing to go at, to look at, and to learn.
The museum did remove some explicit video from the display, and anyone under 16 must now be accompanied by an adult. But, Peter, the museum says the exhibit stays.
All right, LAURIE, thanks very much. LAURIE Graham in Ottawa.